VRChat, a virtual reality social media meetup platform. Users can host worlds, and anyone with an account can join those worlds and partake in conversation or activities. Originally released all the way back in 2014 for the Oculus Rift, the service became an online phenomenon and created a community for itself in what felt like overnight success. With millions of views on hugely influential creators' videos, some of my own younger relatives giving it a chance, and with a concurrent user base still sitting at over 30,000 on just Steam alone, it has become one of the most well-known entertainment hubs for VR enthusiasts. Of course, with barely, if at all, moderated lobbies hosting up to 80 people at a time, it's no surprise that the service has become known for allowing some of the most vile and controversial creators to have ever been covered online. Individuals like Hypnotist Sappho, who I've covered on this channel before. That leads us to the subject of this video. A VRChat modeler, YouTube musician, and unsuccessful live streamer known as SonicOwO. Yeah, get used to me saying that name. Whose content, thumbnails, VR models, album covers, and basically everything else depend on or are based on sexualized characters. He is 19 according to one of his recent Twitter posts, and found himself the face of a video titled VRChat's Most Degenerate Creator by YouTuber Mrow, following a string of allegations levied against them of problematic behavior on and off platform in the past 2 years. This video will be referencing both a conversation with Mrow during the scripting phase of production and his video, so credit where it is due, and as this video is an opinion piece, everything discussed within should be regarded as an allegation. As a content creator, I have to be extremely cautious about what is and what isn't a scam. Something as seemingly inconspicuous as an attachment in an email could hijack the channel before I'd even realize it. One of the reasons for most spam calls and texts is because the companies that you would like to trust can't keep your data safe. Recently, for example, Ticketmaster was hacked and the data of 560 million users was made public in a sale on the dark web. This included everything from the names of those people to their emails, phone numbers, and credit card data. At best, this could be a nightmare for those people who will face a lot of spam in the coming months. At worst, fraud. So what is Ticketmaster doing about it? Nothing. They said that it would have no, quote, material impact on our overall business. It's concerning that these companies are so ready to collect this data from you, but that they won't actually protect it. That's why this video is sponsored by Aura. Aura can alert you when your data was leaked in a data breach or broadcast on the dark web, with fast fraud alerts in the event that someone may attempt to access your credit or bank accounts, and it can remove your data from data broker websites so that you get less spam. You'll also get transaction monitoring, a VPN, an antivirus, password management, parental controls, and identity theft insurance, all in one app and at one affordable price. If your information was compromised in the Ticketmaster data breach, then you wouldn't have to worry, because Aura is always on, always doing the hard work of keeping you safe. If you don't want to leave yourself or your family vulnerable to data breaches, I'd recommend you go to aura.com/HarleyTBS, link in the description, and try your first 2 weeks for free. Concerns surrounding SonicOwO started at their creation of some less than moral models, the first of which being the more tame of the two, based on a fictional character from the series Amanda the Adventurer, and in the style of a game known by the name of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm sure you can figure out what that game is about. The titular character appearing throughout the online series is both a 3D model of a child and also appearing as a real child actor. This concern would only grow when Sonic would continue on to create an indecent model based on Megan, again, the titular character of a popular horror movie, a character acted by a real 13 to 14-year-old child. I was also sent this message from Mrow of SonicOwO, discussing the potential of creating a model based on the child Elizabeth from Five Nights at Freddy's as a, read it for yourself, I am not saying that, SonicOwO would issue 3 separate apologies when called out for this behavior. The first of which would include Sonic's defense that Amanda, quote, isn't a real kid, but a, quote, demon. Though he would then admit that she obviously looks like a child and that regardless, it was unjustifiable.
The only ones I had tagged, he was like a kid. One was like Amanda. Amanda's not really a kid, it's a demon, but it looks like one, so like people think that, and honestly, that's not way to justify at all. It's weird, okay? No way to justify that. It's weird, okay? It's just weird, that's not way to justify at all.
Not to mention the greater concern surrounding the fact a real child is heavily linked with and is implied to be this character, which was not mentioned by SonicOwO. Within this response, SonicOwO, why didn't I give him a nickname, would also touch on this Megan situation, making the excuse that she's not a real person. Again, it feels relevant to mention she is acted by a real child.
I liked the character Megan because she was cool. You know, she was cool, she was nice, and she was like this like AI that can be transformed into different bodies at the end. Well, I don't want to spoil her, but wait, the Phoenicians are animatronics, so what happens if they make an AI just went to one of the Phoenix animatronics and I made that? No, we did this a child, blah 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 blah. And that's where you judge a book by its cover. People just think because they're Fanina and it's a child. Oh, I'm 100% better.
Regardless, the defense is troubling, and when there are several situations like this, it does draw some greater moral concerns. In the second apology, SonicOwO, I hate the person I was when I wrote the script, would once again broach this situation with his Amanda model and argue that he was a, quote, stupid kid who was dealing with some serious struggles and made an impulsive mistake.
The man of the eventual one. I made that when I was at my worst time of my life. This was at the time where I thought everything lost, because I played the game. I was dreadful, I hated everything, I was depressed, I f***ing hated, I was like becoming like a Satanist, you know, I was like, God, Satan, I don't care, this is just an avatar, this is a creation, I'm just gonna go make it. Oh, how fucking stupid I was. At the end of the day, I was a fucking stupid kid going through a tough time trying to be edgy. Yes, schizophrenia did have a lot of cause of it.
Both of these defenses do more to make it obvious that he was aware at the time that the creation of these models was concerning than it does to lower the temperature. SonicOwO's third and final significant apology is even more bizarre. From a response to the drama surrounding his models, where he argues that he made those mistakes as an act of, quote, rebellion, I'm interpreting this to mean he did it as an act of self-sabotage, to continuing to confess to being indecent about a child, then stating that the public is, quote, clout chasing by talking about it.
Next thing, the man of the eventual one. Why did I do it? Because, I wanted to be rebellious against, like, my family members for no reason. And when they got mad, I said, I will do it, just to get on their nerves. Seriously. Like, if you don't believe that, that's you! That is you! That is you! But, no, seriously, that is what is actually the case. Like, I'm not even fucking lying. That's really the case. I made the monster version for a reason. They got mad, so I spiked them. Was it stupid? Hell yeah. Was it justified? Hell no. Was it that serious? No. It wasn't that serious. Let's be real here. None of these shits are that serious. It's just really mainly YouTube clout chasing bullshit. Oh my god. He talked to a minor in a weird way. He's a he made these avatars.
To be honest, I'm about as sure on what any of that meant as you are. Following SonicOwO's apologies, in early 2024, SonicOwO would make the same, quote, mistake, creating another indecent avatar of Amanda, with him saying, quote, this is like an alter ego of mine who represents self-destruction. Yes, it is Amanda, since I did self-destruct, but no, it is not Amanda, it's me. I'll never make that into a profile picture again, so don't start shit, spies. Anyway, I don't care if you do. I would recommend you make of that what you will, as I'm not even sure what this really means. But to make a repeat of a mistake that saw you facing controversy in the first place is nothing if not the definition of insanity, and a form of crystal clear proof that you aren't willing to learn or change from the mistakes that caught you flack in the first place. He would then, in a stroke of genius, create an NSFW Discord server, featuring a 16-year-old on the staff team. That 16-year-old has since made a document which levies even more accusations, including that SonicOwO, I'm just gonna call him Sonic from now, I can't do this anymore, would send them explicit content in their DMs. She would further claim that he knew her age, which he would dispute in a streamed response, but considering the server required age verification, admittedly, the server's age verification was literally just users saying the day they were born as a form of proof, but regardless, surely it should have been checked.
He looks at my Twitter, she's like, oh, I first joined Sonic, when I was 16. No one knew you was 16.
I believe it would be negligent at best not to have known, and malicious at worst. Confusing comments like these are why I would never recommend responding live to allegations. It never goes well. He would also defend his involvement with this 16-year-old by arguing that they were the one at fault, as they consensually entered the server.
You're 16 years old. You consensually go to a server that's NSFW and ERP with people.
It's an interesting strategy. After this server was placed under scrutiny, our good friend Sonk would create a new server with what he claimed to be actual ID checking in place. But then someone with a McLovin ID was let in, so... Fake IDs would not only be a problem with this server though, as in another server he created, a user would be let in while using an ID that literally had a stretched PNG of the person's face over it. Great. Not like that would have changed much in most cases though, as one of his servers featured a chat for minors that included, quote, safe for work GAT images. I don't think I can express how I feel about the words I just said without this video being removed from the platform. There was also a brief, potentially out of context, clip of Sonic that was made public around this time. Within it, he would state that he, quote, technically grabbed someone without meaning to. The context to this is that he had shared NSFW in a chat with some younger people. On stream, he says one of these members was, quote, 17.
I mean, technically, I did, and I don't mean to, because again, all I was trying to do was to send something to shock file. Yeah, they was minors, they was like 17.
Now, as he would have been between 18 and 19 at this time, I think his choice of word here is where I take some issue. I don't think this is per se, but instead reckless irresponsible behavior, and is another part in this pattern of behavior, which he does continue to state in his response, where he says that he misused the term. However, he also tries to defend his behavior by stating that what he said in the clip was out of context, but he does acknowledge that he shared an SFW in the chat and that both adults and minors, plural, were present. He would also be called out for sharing more provocative but not outright explicit images in another group chat back in 2023 after this, with the 16-year-old who made allegations about Sonic present in this group chat, which they discuss further in their document. So, let's talk about that document. Within it, she would claim that Sonic went on her Instagram, which she alleges had her age in her bio, though that hasn't been proved as of yet, and made inappropriate comments to her about a photo she took at 14 years old. He would describe this photo as, quote, sexual, on stream, and would then post it on Twitter to prove that point.
She's saying that the fucking dress picture is not. If you're going to go to her Instagram and look at that dress picture, you can. It's sexual. It's literally made to be sexual. I send it to people of, like, dude, fucking artsy. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna say artsy and doggo who's apparently, oh yeah, mine's blah blah. They saw it and they said, yeah, that's cool. I even showed it to Caddy, and Caddy was like, yeah, I was made to be sexual.
He would even go on to post this picture onto Twitter.
He would also call her a whore for this on a later stream.
Neko, listen. I'm just gonna say this to Neko. Neko, you're just a slut. You can't deal with rejecting you. You can't deal with not liking you. You can't deal with not fucking with you. You just a slut, my nigga. The fact that you still think I like you means think you have that much fucking confidence in your body. Your body is not that good. Caddy has a way better body than you. So shut the fuck up and literally just stop. Like just shut the fuck up. Seriously.
But wait, there's more. This 16-year-old was also an admin for one of Sonic's NSFW VRChat worlds. One of those being a world titled Fap Nights at Freddy's. Again, based on the NSFW game by the same name. His VRChat world was originally 18+ and had ERP in the title, with Sonic responding positively to members in his Discord server claiming they, quote, clapped cheeks. I will genuinely
have a nice day
sooner than I have to say any more of this bullshit in his world. Despite that, only 4 days later, this world was dropped to 15+. He would later be permanently banned from VRChat for this behavior on September the 26th, 2023. Though of course, this ban was nothing more than cosmetic, as he would then make multiple other accounts and continue this behavior. Since being called out for this behavior, Sonic has been called out for making several mistakes on Twitter too. The first of which would be his use of ableist slurs, and tweets where he would say mentally disabled people should be, quote, sectioned off in multiple posts, and in response to a disabled predator being caught meeting up with a 14-year-old child. He would also respond to claims that he was following an account that was posting explicit images of underage fictional characters as well, stating that it was, quote, one of his friends who themselves was a minor, and that he followed him after being asked to send them a clip, but was not aware of anything problematic on this page until it was brought up at a later date.
This was one of my friends named Radio Bloodstar. He was a minor. I followed him because he wanted me to send me a video of him talking to his friends on VRChat. I followed him, and I got it. I didn't unfollow him because, honestly, I didn't need to. Turns out, I come back to his shit, his thing, and this child. Then actually post actual child. I was like, holy shit. Like, no, like drawn trial on his account.
It's obvious that his defense is more than shaky considering his history with similar issues, and even creating the same content that he's describing as problematic here himself. He would also have a conversation with the 15-year-old on Twitter where he informed them that his account had NSFW content on it, but then told him, quote, "You do you," instead of blocking them. Sonic would also take down Mrow's video about this situation with a privacy complaint, even though his real name, which was shown in the video, is public information. Sonic would also be accused of pretending to be a girl on VRChat to defend himself after Mrow's video was made public, with this clip being the main example.
I apologize for the audio quality in this clip in advance.
He doesn't really see like these videos as bad or like really, and people see it as that, and honestly it is right that he has deleted those things, but he is very guilty. Like he feels very bad for making those avatars. I just want you to know that like he doesn't justify himself at all. Every time he talks to me, he'll just tell me like he's like so sorry because he puts on like this act that he's like he doesn't care or he doesn't give a shit, or he doesn't want to do that. He just does that.
And Sonic would later join a Discord call with Mrow and do this feminine voice live, which would seem to reinforce this claim.
Yo,
Hey Sonic, what's up, pal?
What's good, Sonic?
SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
And this is where I feel it's only right to give some criticism to Mrow and the other people who were on the stream where they did an interview with Sonic. On this stream, they dangerously and loosely threw around the labels file and gr, despite the fact these claims are not verified.
Yo,
Yeah.
SonicOwO, why are you a file?
That's a dumb question.
If
I
it's
think
so,
it's a
why can't you
great
answer
question.
it?
Yeah, why can't you answer it?
Why would I answer that? That's
Dude,
like,
you're a
that's
big
like rhetorical.
question. If you weren't a file, you would
Rhetorical
say, I'm not a
question.
file.
Answer. That's a rhetorical question. Like literally, I can't answer that question.
It's not.
Okay, but if
rhetorical.
you weren't a file, you would just say that you're not a file. You didn't even
Well, I'm
deny
not,
the
but
allegation.
that question itself is
Oh,
just
now
stupid
you
to
say you're
answer.
not?
I believe such behavior should be denounced and clearly criticized, and expressed as much to Mrow in a private conversation, where they acknowledged that as a newer creator, and with this being a much larger scope situation than anything they've ever talked before, that they made mistakes, and that they agree with my conclusion on what those mistakes were, agreed that said name-calling was childish, and that live debates, if they ever do them again, will not be handled in the same way, which I believe is the ideal outcome. Sonic would also create a document titled, quote, "The Truth," where he, ironically, confesses to most everything, even if he doesn't take proper accountability for those mistakes, and blames the 16-year-old involved for being, quote, entitled. For now, that's where I'll end this video. This situation is a mess, and I hope that the careful way in which I've covered this situation has provided the information that you need to understand and remain informed. I think it's important to mention that following the conversation about this situation, Sonic was doxxed, and that I do not condone that behavior in any way, and think that those engaging in such are bad actors who do not care about doing the right thing and look for opportunities like these to attack people they deem morally reprehensible. It's people like these who make coverage of these situations more of a challenge and push people away from discussing the topic entirely. These are people to be shamed, not applauded. If you're new to the channel, or haven't already, feel free to subscribe, check out my other social media in the description down below, it would be highly appreciated, and send some love to Good Kid who created the outro music to this video and are not only talented people that I am blessed to be able to work with, but are also really sweet behind the scenes. Peace.
I met you in the yellow light of a sign that bore your name. You said it was a coincidence, but one you can't explain. Said I'm not going to read more other than I should, but when you smiled, I knew I always would. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak or dare to cross the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak or dare to cross the room, but I am trying. Stuck beneath the spinning glow of a familiar hue, struck by your impression like all love goes next to you, but I will try to stand and make it down the hall, but in the sound, I'm barely here at all. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak or dare to cross the room. I wanna meet you at a slow